What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is going to be Big Brother. We're on season 22, and this is episode 9. Let's talk about what happened, and let's get into some things. Okay, so Xavier, who's HOH, he puts up Brittany, he puts up Brent. Brent is the target, Brittany is the pawn. I didn't necessarily agree with him putting Brittany up back to back as a pawn, knowing how upset she is, knowing how emotional she is. But listen, it is his HOH. He's trying to stay true to what he's doing, and he is playing. Listen, he made the right decision, but you know. Now, Azah, of course, is immediately upset because Brittany has a full-on breakdown. And Azah is like, I'm upset that Xavier put her up. Even after I offered myself, I'm not understanding what's going on. So let me say this about Azah. And I want to say it now before I forget. The fact that you don't understand what's happening and the fact that you don't see the whole game board tells me that you are playing Connect 4 and they're playing chess. Because it should be obvious, now that you know that Brent is the target, now that you know that pretty much the whole house is aiming to get Brent out, now you got to understand why Tiffany and Derek were working the way they were working to make sure that Brittany didn't get safety, to make sure that nobody from Brent's team, meaning Derek X, like, you've got to, like, I don't understand why you don't see the chessboard that's being played here, especially since it's clear, they've made it clear Brent is the target. So the fact that you are still so confused tells me that they're kind of smart to not really bring you in on the whole plan, because you can't see the whole board. Does that make sense what I just said? And I like Azah, don't get me wrong, but I think she's playing a very emotional game. And I understand what she's saying as far as her being in the cookout and the fact that they're not letting her in on her, or Derek F for that matter. They're not letting them in on all of the moves that are being made. And I get that. But like I said a couple of days ago, a couple of reviews ago, the team alliances have added a different element to this alliance situation, because who are you loyal to first? Are you loyal to team, or are you loyal to your alliance? And at this point, the only real alliance that we see is the cookout. Every other alliance has sort of kind of fallen apart at this point. So, well, the royal flush, but okay, I forgot about them. All right. Now, Brent is like, listen, I'm not stupid. I know I'm the target, but Xavier is making a horrible mistake because I have the numbers. Brent, you're another one. You're not seeing the whole board. If you think that Xavier is moving in, like he's moving solo and he doesn't know that he has the numbers, or he doesn't know that there are other people that share his thought, why do you think that he will put you up if he didn't already know that he had a strong backing behind him? You're not thinking too clearly either, Brent. And as this episode went on, as arrogant as Brent was, I have a hard time believing that, like, I'm like, Brent, you got to be bullshitting. Like, you can't really truly feel like you have this many numbers and you have this much backing in the room, I mean in the house, and that Xavier didn't take any of that into consideration. Like, I just find it hard to believe. Of course, Brittany, Xavier went to go talk to Brittany, and what I like about what Xavier said was he didn't go to her with any type of like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. He was like, listen, I hate to see you like this. You are not my target. I'm sorry that you feel the way you feel, but I had to do what was best for my HOH. That's it. That's all. You know, and he was like, I really feel bad. I really feel bad. And Brittany was like, okay, he don't get to feel bad. I'm the one on the block for the second week in a row for absolutely no reason. You don't get to play martyr. Now, on that, I'm with you, Brittany. I feel you, girl. I feel you. So, Derek F is upset, and so is Azah, because they feel like they're not getting the full picture, and they're not understanding what's going on, and that's true. Xavier and Brent have a conversation, and Brent gives Xavier the whole arrogant, I'm not stupid, I know that I'm the target, you made a mistake, we had a good thing going, we really could have done something great in this house, oh well, you're not going to get what you want this week, and then I'm going to come back, me and my team, and we're going to come back and we're going to get revenge. That's pretty much his attitude. Not realizing that, Brent, for the exception of Aja, who I guess doesn't really know, nobody in the house has your back. Even Whitney, who I kind of thought had his back, doesn't have his back. Xavier does end up getting upset, and Aja does come to comfort him. You know, he's upset because he really didn't want to hurt Brittany's feelings. Like, he really didn't. And he was upset about it. And so she's comforting him, even though she's not happy with him either. And he says to her, he says, listen, I couldn't put you up. Like, I'm loyal to this alliance, and I could not in good faith, even though you volunteered yourself, I get it, but I couldn't put you in that kind of danger. Like, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't make myself do it. So then Aja decides that she's going to go have a conversation with Tiffany. Now, I'm going to say this. Tiffany, I feel like you could have handled that a little bit better, Miss Tiffany. I understood where you was coming from, because you were like, why are you coming to check me about what I did in the wild card? Aja was just trying to get some understanding as to why y'all were targeting Brittany. You have to understand it from her point of view. Tiffany's basic thing was, listen, I did what I did. It was what it was. And either you cool with it or you not. And I just felt like she ain't have to come off like that. Like, I was like, girl, you ain't have to do all that. You could have been a little more understanding about how Aja felt in that situation. Aja. So then Tiffany goes back to Xavier like, she tried to check me. And I don't like that. And I didn't really appreciate her coming at me like that. And I was like, Tiffany, I feel like you're doing too much now. Like, I like you and I understand where you're coming from. Like, I 100%. But I do not feel like she was coming to check you. And I do not feel like she came at you in a nasty way. So now Xavier is worried about the cookout because, of course, these are his team members in the cookout. And for all of y'all that got a problem with the cookout because it's an all-black alliance, and basically if you black, you in the cookout, I can see it from your point of view to be like, well, dang, you know, if it was an all-white alliance, they've been an all-white alliance for 22 seasons. Anyway, Christian and Alyssa are making out on Xavier's bed. Xavier's thing is, sir, bruh, anywhere but my bed. Like, I don't care that y'all have this whole showmance thing going, but can you not use my bed? So now we have the power of veto. Power of veto comes down to, we know who's playing: Brent, Xavier, Brittany. Christian was picked, Whitney was picked, Derek F was picked. So basically, out of this whole thing, Derek F is really the only one that is kind of a danger of taking anybody off the block, right? And it's the whole, the game that they played is the game where they put on the tutus and they have to spin around and then they have to roll the ball, you know, like the little, what we used to call those things, the y'all know what I'm talking about, the roll the balls up the little, like the little mini bowling alley thing, but we used to call it something else. Anyway, put it in the comments if y'all remember. It's not bocce ball. Was it bocce ball? It's not bocce ball. It's something else. Anyway, so Brittany gets eliminated first, early. So she's relying on Derek F. Poor Derek F. He tried his best, baby, but he ran out of steam. I'd have ran out of steam too, Derek. That was a whole lot going on. Even Whitney, who really wanted to win the veto, because she was like, I want to win the veto just so I can see the look on Brent's face when I don't use it to save him. And I'm thinking to myself, I thought Whitney was on board to save Brent, but clearly not. So then it comes down to Xavier and Christian. And Xavier pretty much lets Christian win. I don't know if he lets Christian win, but he lets Christian win. So now Brent is going around the house telling everybody, don't use the power of veto. Go ahead and keep me up there because I know I have the votes and I'm not going home. And I want the satisfaction of beating Xavier. So he is literally going around telling everybody, don't save me, don't save me. And let Xavier know that I don't want to come off the block. And so when I say that they had a good old cackle up in the HOH room, because they were like, so basically what you're telling me is Brent wants us to do exactly what we were planning to do. Okay. And again, I don't know how much of this Brent really believes, or he knows that he's a goner and he just refuses to beg for it. Like, I can't believe that you really truly believe that you have a shot in hell at this. But he was so arrogant, and he was so sure that he was safe. He was so sure he had the numbers. Like, legit, I can't wait for the look on his face tomorrow night when he gets eliminated. Because he was so confident. Anyway, Christian doesn't use the power of veto, and Brent thinks he's good. He was convinced that Christian was going to use it to save Brittany, though. Which I don't know where he got that from. But okay. Anyway, y'all, that's what happened. We'll be back tomorrow night or tonight, whenever the elimination is, to see who... Uh-oh. Sorry, y'all. That's my intro music playing. So we'll be back tomorrow night to see who's HOH, because I think it's a foregone conclusion of who's getting eliminated. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in those comments. Peace.